what's up everybody, this is Josh Shezzy. Just want to say thank you for all the people that have been watching my videos, those that have been reposting. Feel free to share. If you believe that these videos are blessing those or blessing you and you think your friends will be blessed by it, feel free to share it and send them also the links to this video. But I'm going to go ahead and get started in this video. I'm doing a series on relationships. Some of the videos that I have done previously have been getting a lot of attention due to the content of the videos dealing with relationships. You know, the people in my peer or in my age group are in that transition of love, as you could say. It's almost that transition of, you know, the companionship, that feeling accepted and that feeling loved. And this video was, I have a series of videos, I think 3 to 4 or maybe 5 possible videos on the topics of what to do with God's daughter and son and how to deal with breakups, red flags in relationships. I'm also talk about, is it biblical for us to be dating? Just different things like that I'll be discussing in the course of this series. But this video is called Mr. Right and Mr. Right Now and Miss Right and Miss Right Now. I mean, in society, going off the topic, it's amazing on how every corner we are bombarded with the idea of relationships. It's almost as if no matter where we turn in life, that longing to be loved, that longing to be accepted, that longing to embrace the concept of companionship and relationship. It's evident in our life today that we long for that. And it is because society has built so many walls that pull from out of us that longing, which if they pull it from it too soon can cause us to settle for something that God never intended. The Bible says that the steps of a good man or a good woman are ordered by the Lord. And like I said in one of my other videos, I doubt that God will lead you in and out of relationships. Now, the topic is settling or waiting. There's a lot of differences between Mr. Right and Mr. Right Now and Miss Right and Miss Right Now. There's a lot of things due, and the barrier in between them is maturity. Now, we're not talking about perfect, but we're talking about mature on the basics of what holds up a relationship. Mr. Right Now and Miss Right Now, many of us are settling for those because of our insecurities, due to our emotional imbalances, due to our longings for a relationship, and through those longings we settle for someone that's for right now. See, Mr. Right and Miss Right is already founded strongly on the basics of relationships. That's why sometimes Satan always comes to us teasing us, or the demonic forces teases us to jump into things, jumping into a person or jumping into a relationship with a person right now because of our feelings. Heightened emotions are never solid. Your emotions are just indicators of a present mood or a present feeling. So if you jumping into anything due to your emotions, then the chances of what you're jumping into will not last. That's why relationships last over the course of 6 months to a year, 2 years, then all of a sudden it breaks up. Because we decide to let me settle for Miss Right Now and Mr. Right Now to compensate for my void, my emotional voids. When you do stuff like that, not only does it damage the relationship, but it damages the progression, or it damages God's working in your life. That's why God considers us to wait. Think of it like this. Everything in life has a process. A seed can't just jump to being a tree bearing forth fruit overnight. The seed must go through a process in order for it to be ready in position to bear fruit. You cannot just jump from, hey, I'm in love and I want to be in a relationship, and then jump into a relationship without first the process. Because if you jump into anything unloaded, not fully loaded, it can damage you. Think about everybody play video games. What's the warning that it says when a video game is loading? Do not cut off the console. Because if you cut it off, it will damage not only the video game, not only your pleasures of the game, but it will damage the whole console. Because anytime anything is loaded, if you cut it off or jump into something before it finishes loading, it can damage you. That's why Satan pushes us to settle for Mr. Right Now and Miss Right Now, because it only compensates for a present mood. It doesn't compensate for anything of any type of maturity. Mr. Right and Miss Right are the people that have been built, founded, have been made whole, that has been fully loaded. You see what I'm saying? They might not be perfect, but they're fully loaded on the basics, on the pillars that holds up a relationship. So why settle for Mr. Right Now when that Mr. Right Now could end up being out of your life soon? Mr. Right Now and Miss Right Now are people that are built on infatuation, not love. Infatuation is a feeling, it's a mood, it's an emotion, it's something that's built up due to the lack of something. That's why if you infatuated and you feeling all these emotions, it's immature feelings. Because love is not always high. The Bible says love endures all. If you can look, if you with a Mr. Right Now or a Miss Right Now, look at them and ask yourself this question. Am I willing to endure everything with them? Do I love them through thick and do I love them through thin? See, many people will love you through thick, but will they love you through thin? I mean, there's been plenty of girls or guys and anything in your life that will be around you when things are good. Look at the prodigal son. When he had money, his friends was all around, but when he didn't, what happened? They left. But when you start going through tough things, will that person love you? Mr. Right is unconditional. He's not based upon conditions. He's not based upon your present conditions. If you lose your hair, if you gain a disease, if something happens to you, his love doesn't alter due to what's presently in your life. But what he does understand is that I love this individual through anything. That's what Mr. Right and Miss Right does. Why settle when you can wait for someone that's going to be with you through 70-something years of marriage? This is what's, and it bothers me because we all have been evolved with some type of satanic influence into jumping into relationships. I know my Facebook chat is popping right now, but excuse that if you hear it in the background. But we have been programmed and pushed into this environment of right now. I mean, that's what happens when we shop in stores. We go shopping. We got to have it right now. It's impulse. And out of impulse, if you buy anything without reasoning through it, I mean, many times when I reason through things, chances are I never buy the product. If a girl is present in my life and I reason through the red flags, which I'm going to discuss later, when I reason through the red flags and say, you know what? This ain't for me. This ain't for me. Because I have reasoned through, is this person check? Is this person going to balance me? Is this person willing to stay with me? If she leaves me due to my present situations, then she's not the one that's going to be there for me if anything happens in the relationship. We have to understand, we can no longer settle for things. The longer you continue to settle for things, you will never stand and wait for anything. When you settle for anything, that's when stuff starts contaminating your life. Mr. Right Now and Miss Right Now can only benefit you right now. Why only have someone that can benefit you right now when someone can benefit you through everything in your life? Why settle? The reason why we don't settle is because we don't trust God. Satan has done a wonderful job. He's a strategic planner. He is a genius. He has done such a magnificent job in having us trust ourselves. So now we go tell God, who is limitless, saying, God, I don't need you to pick my Mr. Right or Miss Right. I can handle this because I know who I like. You don't even know. You only know, okay, this is a revelation right here. You only know what you like right now and what you like back then. You are only limited by this present time as of right now and yesterday. That's all you know. Why trust yourself who is limited when you can put your relationship endeavors and trust in someone who's limitless? God sees from his position his eternal scope. Your life is here. Eternity is here. He sees from the day you was born to here. Why trust you who's tunnel vision when God sees peripheral? He sees everything. Satan has done such a great job of making us tunnel vision, having us so fixed on what I feel like right now. So we, through our intellect, start deciding, okay, what about this person or that person? And then we start dating, in and out of relationships, trying to find out who we want. When God already knows that he knows exactly what you desire before you was even conceived. So why trust yourself who's limited when you can trust God who's limitless? Now the question is, Josh, okay, what should I do while I'm waiting? Simple. Put your life in his hands. Let him shape and mold you. That's what happens, man. Anytime there's a process, the developmental stage is the keyest stage in every aspect of life. Anything that develops, the season in which everything develops is key. Without that developmental stage, there's no sense of maturity. There's no maturity to reach. That's why when you're waiting on Mr. Right, fix you. I mean, why would God bless you with I'm going to talk about this later. Why would God bless you with a woman if you got lust in your heart? Why is God going to bring Miss Right when you can't keep up behind yourself? Why is God going to bring Miss Right when your eyes is going to and fro, not in the girl's eyes, but at her behind? And why is God going to bless you with a Mr. Right if you're so insecure, your balance are unbalanced? I mean, your emotions are unbalanced. Why is God going to bless you with a man of God, but with your mouth you tear him down? Why is he going to do it? This is why I believe that God will bring Mr. and Mrs. Right into your life quicker when the moment you start pointing at yourself and allowing God to work on you. Right now, write down all your flaws. Write down everything. Okay, what am I lacking? You contribute. Or relationships is who contributes to it. Relationships is something, a marriage is this. And it has two people that says, I can contribute to this. What you contribute determines whether or not the relationship lasts. So if you contribute in lust, your relationship will not last. If you contribute in insecurities, it's not going to last. If you contribute in nagging and backbiting and talking too daggone much, it ain't going to last. If you want Mr. Right and you want Miss Right, work on yourself right now. You're the Mr. Right now. You're the Miss Right now. And what you do right now determines whether you're going to become Miss or Mr. Right, conjoin or join with Miss and Miss Right. Work on yourself right now so that you can be ready for Mr. and Mrs. Right. Thank you for watching my video today. Got me sweating up in here. But thank you for watching. Feel free to check out my website, KingdomEternity.com. If there is anything that I may have missed in this video, trust me, I will bring it back into light in the next video. Feel free to share. Feel free to repost. Check out my blog, wetalkreal.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter on Kingdom Eternity. Well, Twitter, Kingdom Eternity. I'll be posting something. I have a Kingdom Eternity group on Facebook. Feel free to check it out and join it. And if you want to be an administrator on that group to help branch out these videos, feel free to let me know. I'll send a mass email soon to see who is willing and who will want to be, so we can spread these videos out, because it's not about me. It's about reaching people. Thank you so much for watching, and be blessed. Also with this video, I had some questions. Questions from a lady who watched the waiting and dating video. I don't know. It was a relationship and baggage video, and I'm going to go ahead and address these now on this video that I just did. Mr. Right Now, and Miss Right and Miss Right Now. The first question was, should Christians completely shy away from dating or relationships? I believe so. Like I said in the video, it's all about maturity. It's all about preparing yourself for something. I mean, you don't, an Olympiad, a person in the Olympics don't just jump into the Olympic Games and run. No, it's a preparation into being great or prepared to run the Olympics. So how can you be ready for marriage, something that's so valuable, something that's so holy before God, if you ain't first prepared? How you practice is how you perform. How you practice in your single life determines how you perform in your relationship. So allow God to work on you. I don't think dating is good, because why? You don't need to teach yourself anything. God is the ultimate teacher. He leads and guides you into untruth. The Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Not when a man finds multiple girls, he finds a good thing. And why isn't dating biblical? I said in one video why dating isn't biblical, because look at the damages that dating has caused into all of our lives. I mean, there's been plenty of damages. The only thing that dating produces, it oftentimes, is broken hearts. And then we jump into other dating situations, asking that person to heal us, when the only person that can heal any type of brokenness is God. So if you're dating right now, count the cost of it, because if you continue to date, chances are you might get some scars. Also, she said, what should we be focused on? Like I already said, be focused on your relationship with God, but let Him develop you, so that when y'all two come together, y'all can be in a better position. Add some stock to your life. Raise up your stocks. Dress up and enjoy life. You know, catch up on some hobbies and just do stuff to increase your value. Because if you just going around person to person and losing everything, letting everybody touch your goodies and do all that stuff, your value decreases. Lift up the standard so we can also be able to see you through. We can see Christ through you and lifting up that standard. And the last question is, how would one do that today in a society that's completely bombarded with this idea? Yeah, basically, society is already making it tough, and I understand that. is tough because we long. We desire to have relationships. We desire it. I know I desire right now as a single man. I would love to have a wife to be there for me, help me through these. I mean, just help me through life. I understand the feeling. But the thing is, what's more important now? What's more important today? Are you in a relationship? Why focus on something that's not here yet when you're here? Work on yourself. Even though society is bombarding you, cut the TVs off. Do what you got to do to keep yourself. But even if you watch TV and you see these shows and you see people all over campus doing that stuff, look beyond it. Look at beyond and say, you know what, chances are that's infatuation anyway. That's not real love. Because think about it. Love is how our grandparents did it. And our great-grandparents did it. And when I go out to eat sometimes, I see old people holding hands. That's love. They probably went through everything together. That's love. Infatuation, running around, skipping, and happy-go-lucky, that's infatuation. Love endures all. Love is through thick and through thin. So today, work on yourself. Let God prepare you to be that Mr. Right and Mr. Right, Mr. Right and Miss Right. Thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook or email me at kingdometernity@gmail.com. But y'all be blessed today.